Time now for our Mediaite moments, where we check in on the day's bias, buzz, and bull in the world of cable news and beyond. One would have hoped that with Russia's invasion into Ukraine this week and the possibility of an imminent full-scale invasion, that there would be one villain, Vladimir Putin. But that would be wishful thinking in this scarily divided age where, of course, pundits point fingers of blame at either the former or current sitting president because, well, they can. And their highly partisan audiences will love it. Of course, on the left, all of this is Donald Trump's fault.
Look, this is going to get bloody. Donald Trump is going to be responsible for a lot of it. I mean, he extorted this country with the anti-tank missiles they need now to defend themselves.
That was Malcolm Nance's take, which was echoed by the Atlantic's Ann Applebaum during an appearance also on MSNBC.
Why didn't Putin do this during the Trump administration? Because he thought Trump was weakening Ukraine, especially on these grounds. So the problem of Ukraine being unfortified goes back several years, and much of the fault lies in the Trump administration.
And Andrea Mitchell got in on the act during a contentious interview with former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton.
Go back to the Trump years. That's when Ukraine became so politicized. There was one call in particular, the so-called perfect call that Trump had with, Zelensky, which, certainly telegraphed to the Kremlin they could do what they wanted with Ukraine, that America would not stand up.
Putin invaded last week because of the former president's enabling him when he was in office over a year ago. And of course, on the flip side, many conservative pundits are blaming President Biden, like frequent Fox News guest Fred Fleitz.
It's just a string of errors, a string of incompetent steps that have led us to this crisis.
Fox News host Jason Chaffetz defended the former president by attacking the current one.
Don't suggest, Senator, that this is somehow Donald Trump's fault. It is a weak Joe Biden and a resolve that is not there from President Biden that is creating this weakness as they saw us bungle what we did in Afghanistan, and it's paying a price right now in what Putin's about to do.
And of course, Tucker Carlson got in on the act as well.
It's pretty clear if you're closing pipelines in this country and now you are provoking conflict with the largest gas supplier in Europe.
The Biden administration provoked Putin into invading Ukraine. As I've said before, criticism of Biden or Trump's policies are fair game. And you can say, for example, that particular policies make the sanctions less biting. Fair enough. But the notion that either one is responsible for former KGB agent Putin's megalomania in trying to rebuild the Soviet empire is absurd. The United States won the Cold War because both political parties were united against the former Soviet Union. We're better than pointing fingers for this horrific event at anyone other than the ogre in Moscow. Again, our team here is keeping a very close eye on what is happening in Ukraine. If any fighting breaks out between Russian and Ukrainian forces, we will break into that live. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.